Today, the 14th of July, 2026, one of the most consequential figures in cryptocurrency law has officially stepped back. Paul Grewal, Coinbase Chief Legal Officer, has formally announced his departure after 6 years at the helm of the exchange's legal operations, a tenure that saw him steer the company through arguably the most intense regulatory battle in crypto history. The timing is striking. Grewal exits not in defeat, but at the peak of a landmark victory against the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. So why is he leaving now, and what does this mean for Coinbase, for its investors, and for the wider cryptocurrency market? Let's break it all down. Paul Grewal joined Coinbase in 2020, bringing with him a formidable legal pedigree. Before Coinbase, he served as a federal magistrate judge and held senior roles at Facebook, experience that proved invaluable when regulators came knocking. During his 6-year tenure, Grewal became the public face of Coinbase legal strategy, frequently appearing in press statements, across social media, and in courtrooms to argue that crypto assets should not be treated as unregistered securities under existing American law. He was not simply a background figure, he was a vocal and at times combative advocate, helping to shape the narrative around crypto regulation at a moment when the industry desperately needed a credible and authoritative legal voice in Washington. The defining chapter of Grewal's time at Coinbase was the company's protracted legal battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. The regulator sued Coinbase, alleging that the exchange operated as an unregistered securities broker and listed tokens without proper authorization. The case drew industry-wide attention, with many viewing it as an existential test for centralized exchanges operating in the United States. Grewal led the charge, publicly rebuking the SEC's approach and arguing that the agency was applying outdated legal frameworks to a fundamentally new asset class. The eventual outcome, a significant legal win for Coinbase, marked a genuine turning point for the entire crypto sector, weakening the SEC's regulatory grip and emboldening other exchanges to push back against overreach. With the legal battle now behind it, Coinbase has confirmed that Ryan Van Grack has been appointed vice chairman, signaling a deliberate and structured shift in the company's leadership. Grewal himself will not be disappearing entirely. He is expected to remain in an advisory capacity through October 2026, providing continuity during what is clearly a carefully managed handover. Notably, the departure of senior executives at Grayscale around the same period adds meaningful context. Across the crypto industry, the figures who fought the regulatory wars are now making way for a new generation of leadership, better suited to an era of clearer rules and greater institutional acceptance. This is not a crisis departure, it is an orderly transition at a moment of relative company strength. So how has the market responded on this Tuesday, the 14th of July? Bank of America Securities has maintained its buy rating on Coinbase Global, signaling that institutional confidence in the stock remains intact despite the headline leadership change. The firm's continued bullish stance reflects a broader view that Coinbase's fundamentals, its trading volumes, its expanding custody business, and its growing product suite, remain compelling regardless of personnel changes at the top of its legal team. That said, sophisticated investors will be watching closely. A CLO of Grewal's stature is not easily replaced, and any signs of regulatory uncertainty emerging in the months ahead could test the market's current composure. For now, Coin appears to be absorbing the news without significant turbulence. Beyond the courtroom, Grewal played a significant role in advocating for the Digital Asset Market Structure Act, known in policy circles as DAMA, which represents Congress's most ambitious attempt yet to build a coherent regulatory framework for digital assets in the United States. Coinbase lobbied hard for legislation that would draw clear legal distinctions between securities and commodities in the crypto space, and Grewal was instrumental in that sustained effort. His departure comes at a moment when this legislative push is still very much unfolding, which raises legitimate questions about whether the company's lobbying influence will remain as potent without its most recognizable legal voice. The answer will likely depend on how quickly Van Grack and the broader legal team can establish their own credibility in Washington over the coming months. Grewal's exit carries significance well beyond Coinbase itself. When the chief legal officer of the world's largest publicly listed cryptocurrency exchange steps down following a regulatory victory, it sends a clear message: the industry is genuinely maturing. The era of existential legal threats, at least in their most acute form, may finally be giving way to something considerably more stable. For other exchanges, for decentralized finance protocols, and for blockchain developers operating in the United States, Coinbase legal wins have created meaningful and durable precedents. Grewal was central to establishing those precedents over the past 6 years. His departure does not erase them, but it does mark the end of a particular chapter, one defined by adversarial regulation and the lawyers determined to push back against it. Looking ahead, Coinbase appears reasonably well-positioned to navigate the post-Grewal era. The company has secured its most important legal victories, maintained strong institutional backing from firms like Bank of America Securities, and is operating in a regulatory environment that, while still evolving, is considerably more favorable than it was just 2 years ago. The appointment of Ryan Van Grack as vice chairman suggests the board is thinking carefully about governance and external relations as the company continues to scale. Investors should keep a close eye on how the new leadership team handles any further regulatory developments, particularly around DAMA's progress through Congress and any fresh inquiries from the SEC or CFTC that may emerge. The next 6 months will be a meaningful test of whether this transition is as smooth as it appears today. Paul Grewal's departure from Coinbase marks the close of a genuinely significant chapter in cryptocurrency history. Over 6 years, he helped transform Coinbase from a company facing existential regulatory pressure into a publicly listed exchange that secured a landmark legal win against one of America's most powerful regulators. He leaves on his own terms, with the company in a position of relative strength, and with a clear successor structure now in place. For anyone watching Coinbase stock, following the crypto regulatory space, or simply trying to understand what this moment means for the industry, the key takeaway is straightforward: Grewal's exit is not a warning sign. It is a marker of how far this industry has come in a remarkably short period of time. Stay informed, and we'll see you in the next one.